Professor, we have this idea about SGR.
Yes.
The trillion is being proposed. Is that money well spent? Is it a private?
I have had my views on the standard gauge railway, the common SGR. I have not shied away from saying them because it makes political sense for whichever reasons. It makes good legacies for people.
Yes.
But at this point in time, it doesn't speak to the economy, needs of the economy.
You would rather do it 10 years from now, 20?
Even 15.
15.
Could be 20. One, I will do the meter gauge.
Yes.
Because even that meter gauge, I find it idle.
Yeah.
How many times have you found a train there pulling how many wagons? Meaning it's not the train and the rail problem. Where is the production?
What are you going to carry?
What are you carrying on that piece of metal? I don't mind a meter gauge where every 2 hours a train leaves.
Oh yes, it's busy.
With 80 wagons, with 150 wagons. Every 2 hours it leaves. Because that's the economics. So don't lose money putting more metals on the ground and forget the real people who will make value out of those metals are the farmers, are the manufacturers, are the industrialists sitting out there. So if you are going to borrow expensively to do the metal and then you fail the people who should have actually invested in production of onions, of maize, of rice, for you to take to the Congo, for you to take to Kenya, then you're missing the point.
Are you a woman with a small-scale business with a dream of growing it to another level? The GROW Project is here to support you in realizing your dream.
The GROW Project is a government initiative implemented by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development and Private Sector Foundation Uganda with support from the World Bank.
We support women-owned businesses across the country to gain hands-on and business management skills through training within your location, business financing through grants and affordable loans, and infrastructure in your areas of operation to enable you to increase your productivity.
If you have a business that makes sales of up to 800,000 Uganda shillings per month, the GROW Project has the tools and resources to help you succeed. For more information, contact your district or city GROW focal person or call our toll-free line on 0800 307 777 to learn more about how you can benefit from the GROW Project's services.
The GROW Project, empowering women economically, transforming communities.
Critical that even as I do my meter gauge, I want to say, but why am I bothered? We have all grown up knowing water transport is the cheapest. This rail line begins in Kampala and ends up in Kisumu and continues. But I have a portable connection to Kisumu by water.
It's cheaper.
So why don't I go for that? And that's what Mukula and Mahavi have done. Why put oil on trucks, oil on railways, when we can pick it from Kisumu and bring it to Entebbe by water? Mahavi is very successful. Proof of concept for me. So at least I'm not talking air. There is an investor who has already proven me right that it makes sense not even to invest in the railway.
You think of Mike Mukula?
Mike Mukula, Mahavi is bringing the bulk of our oil already. Because it is cheaper. Me as Total, as Shell, Vivo Oil, I'm looking for who will deliver my liter at the cheapest cost.
I don't need the railway.
Mahavi is giving me a cheaper cost to get it to Kampala. And they are building a very big depot here between Kampala and Entebbe to receive the oil and buffer it there. Now, when you let private sector lead, you begin to get the positive responses. But if you are government, you are going to be planning for a standard gauge railway and a meter gauge, you don't know private business. Because you are using other people's money, borrowed money. But when these guys want to borrow, they want to say, well, shall we pay back? So the guy in Vivo is saying, who will bring my oil cheapest? Not a truck, not a train. The ship. And where is the ship? Give me the phone call of Mukula. Can Mukula will even call you before
He wants
you call
business.
He wants business, but he's giving you a good business case. Now, with that ship moving there, people are fighting for the Caspian Sea. Russia took that island back. We want to control the water. Why are Americans in the Red Sea? Fighting off the Houthis. It is water. Why are they taking over the Panama Canal again from Panama? Water. Where there is water, you want to make it a dairy.
Not just for security, but
It's
even
not just for security, it's for business.
Mm.
The security is a business. I want to secure the business.
Yes.
So you deploy heavily to secure the business. And water is prime. I went to Utiaba Port on Lake Albert.
Yes.
There is nothing. But it's the best way to enter into the Congo. So coming back to which roads are we doing? Maybe all we needed was to do the roads to Utiaba Port is already tarmac.
Yes, and we would reach the market.
So how do we get across into the Congo? Now which roads should I be doing in Congo? Additional roads to distribute things.
Okay.
So that is the logic of economic development speaking to politics. So I would still do the meter gauge, diversification,
Even for passenger traffic.
traffic, but also diversification.
Yes.
And it also moves other things that can't get into the port immediately. But standard gauge, too heavy for the current state. Don't build a hall for a party. Bring a tent. Match the need of the day to your abilities.
Are you a woman with a small-scale business with a dream of growing it to another level? The GROW Project is here to support you in realizing your dream.
The GROW Project is a government initiative implemented by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development and Private Sector Foundation Uganda with support from the World Bank.
We support women-owned businesses across the country to gain hands-on and business management skills through training within your location, business financing through grants and affordable loans, and infrastructure in your areas of operation to enable you to increase your productivity.
If you have a business that makes sales of up to 800,000 Uganda shillings per month, the GROW Project has the tools and resources to help you succeed. For more information, contact your district or city GROW focal person or call our toll-free line on 0800 307 777 to learn more about how you can benefit from the GROW Project's services.
The GROW Project, empowering women economically, transforming communities.
And I've used a simple question to ask people, where is a standard gauge in America? Where? Meter gauge. Even Japan, they have their speed, because the standard gauge is about speed and volumes.
Those two.
So where they have put meter gauge is where they have mobilized the volumes using a meter gauge.
Yes.
Now you need to move them quick.
Then you get to.
You want a Skansen, 400 kilometers an hour train, passenger train, standard gauge. But you want to get people off the planes inside Japan and off the roads. To tell them a train is better than a plane. Because a train you have check-in, delays, security check. This one just come, board, you will be there in time. So you must have a logic. So America, with all its might, you're not going to find it with those standard gauge.
And things are happening.
Things are happening. It's about volume. Because most of the things the train moves are not in need of speed. It is spare parts of vehicles. They have been made in Michigan. We want to get them to the other side. That car will be assembled. We know the timelines. So just plan your schedule. So if I'm moving coffee, I don't need a standard gauge.